Most people don't actually know how their back pain started. Again, this happened a couple of weeks ago when we were working with a client. And when we asked her, how her pain had started, she couldn't remember. All she remembered is just kind of waking up and her back just felt really sore. It felt really achy, and she was having a hard time moving around. But the thing is, she didn't remember doing anything specifically to actually injure her back. She didn't bend to lift anything. She didn't fall. She wasn't in an accident. Her back was just hurting, and she felt like it was just hurting for no reason. However, when we started to dig a little bit deeper, what we realized is that over the past couple of years, before her back actually got to this point, she was actually dealing with stiffness. She had stiffness in her hips, she had stiffness in her shoulders, and her body just kind of felt stiff overall. Now, she thought this was normal. She thought, because she's in her 60s, that stiffness is just a part of life, and it was just something that she would just, learn to live with and just started to accept. However, what she did not realize was that her stiffness was actually a bigger part of an underlying mobility problem that she had. And because she had mobility problems, that's what actually caused her back to actually start to lock up and become painful. So what we realized was that her stiffness was actually a precursor to her pain. So the reason why I'm saying this is because we see a lot of people who are just kind of living with stiffness day to day, and they just think that stiffness is just a part of getting older. However, if you can understand that stiffness is generally a precursor to worsening pain down the line, then that's something that you want to nip in the bud before it ever gets to the point where it becomes painful. So if you want some more help dealing with stiffness, that's why we've created this free guide called the 7 Essential Exercises for a Healthy Spine, which you can find in the link in the comments below.